Now, the second approach that countries can take in deciding how they are going to use the limited resources they own is known as the free market economic approach, where the idea is that simply let all the private people, private individuals, let them own all of these limited resources and let them make all the decisions of what they want to do with these limited resources. And the assumption of this free market economy is that all of these individuals, they are going to be greedy, self-interested people, and their only aim, their only motive in making all these decisions about these resources would be to get maximum profits for themselves and to attain maximum self-interest. But this greed and this pursuit of self-interest is exactly what makes this free market system work like a clockwork, be very efficient and dynamic and responsive to the needs and wants of consumers, and ultimately it allows the whole country to end up using the limited resources in the most optimal way from the society's point of view. And the way this free market system works is that, you see, in any economy, there will be greedy, profit-seeking entrepreneurs. And these entrepreneurs, in pursuit of profit, will themselves try to identify the needs and wants of the people and then use these limited resources to set up factories and make products that they think can satisfy these needs and wants. And then they will bring these products to the market, that is, they will bring the supply of the products that they have created, then they will attach a price to all of the products that they have made, and they would hope that they can sell this product at this price and therefore earn a profit. Well, on the other hand, you will have consumers who will come in and bring demand of these various products in the market. They will see if it is really worth it for them to pay this price, and they will judge whether this product really is helping to satisfy some of their needs and wants. And if this product is a good thing that does in fact satisfy some of the needs and wants, then suddenly there will be a lot of consumers who will want to buy this product. There will be a shortage in the market that will be created. But Adam Smith said that due to this shortage, due to the fact that there is suddenly a lot of demand for this product, the price will start to increase. And he said that these prices are going to be the invisible hand of these free markets, and they have a key role to play. And that rule involves the fact that, look, when these prices increase, first of all, some consumers will decide not to buy, whereas on the other hand, and more importantly, this increased price means that this producer or entrepreneur will get a signal that this product seems to be working, and he will have an incentive to go and hire more of the limited resources, set up a new factory, and make more of whatever product he has produced and which he can see that consumers are really liking. And Adam Smith claimed that in a free market system, if you let this price mechanism work and adjust automatically without any government interference, then these prices will adjust to automatically always give you a nice equilibrium for each and every product. Equilibrium meaning that there will be a certain magical price that will be determined automatically, at which the number of consumers who are interested in buying will exactly be equal to the number of units that have been supplied. You will reach a nice equilibrium quantity. And there will be no shortage and there will be no surplus if you let this price mechanism play its magic. Let these greedy, profit-seeking individuals fight it out amongst themselves as consumers and producers. They will automatically always agree upon this nice equilibrium. And then Adam Smith said that, look, in making all these decisions, all of these individuals would have maximized their own self-interest, which means that together, all of these individuals make a society, and therefore the interest of the entire society will automatically be maximized, since each individual is getting the maximum benefit at the least possible cost. And that, he said, is the beauty of the free market. The government doesn't need to do anything. And that is just actually the beginning of all the things that are good about this free market. Because then Adam Smith explained, this guy over here who was the main proponent of this free market economy, he explained that, look, when somebody earns a profit, then that will attract other greedy profit-seeking individuals within this economy, other greedy profit-seeking entrepreneurs who will try to jump into the market of this product and maybe offer something that is of a greater variety or better quality, or they will maybe offer after-sales services which are better than this first firm that started producing this particular product. And therefore, he said that you will start seeing all of these good things because of the competition that this profit will attract. These competing firms will try to outdo each other in terms of quality, in terms of efficiency, in terms of variety. And what is most important is that in order to pursue their greed and earn the maximum possible profit, all these producers will automatically, for their own self-interest, try to ensure that they don't waste any of this limited resource. They will try to always ensure that they make their products using the lowest possible amount of resources. Why? Because that would allow them to keep the costs as low as possible and therefore earn as large a profit as they possibly can. So overall, you see, this greed will sort of make these things work automatically, and this competition will further ensure that efficiency is achieved and there is no wastage. And in fact, these competing firms will even go to the extent of innovating new things that can somehow, satisfy the needs and wants of the people. And these are all the good things that you see in any modern economy. Just think about the variety of different milk brands and milk flavors that you see on the shelves. Think about the competition and quality improvement that you see in the car industry and the IT industry and the laptop industry and so on and so forth. You see all of these things in most of the modern economies because most of the modern economies, they do work according to this free market economic system. So these benefits, they actually do materialize in reality. Now, before you get too carried away with the beauty of this free market system, you need to sort of take a step back and remind yourselves that this free market system, although it is good, it is beautiful, but it is not perfect. It has got its own issues, and sometimes this free market system, it will malfunction and it will fail. Now, the failure of the free market system means that for some products, this free market and this system of demand and supply and prices will eventually end up producing more of certain products than is the best for the society. That is, some products will be overproduced, and the free market will fail sometimes by underproducing some other products. And this over and underproduction, this market failure, can be due to different reasons, but the one we will be looking into are the specific types of goods: public goods, merit goods, and demerit goods. Now, public goods, as I explained, are goods which are useful things for the society, but it is impossible to make a profit by making and selling these goods. So this free market, where the only motive is to make a profit, will of course not make any public good at all, and therefore zero of these public goods will be produced. There will be a market failure. Similarly, the market will overproduce some of the bad things, such as cigarettes and alcohol and weapons and so on and so forth, things which we say are demerit goods. And free markets will always overproduce and overallocate resources towards these demerit goods, and free markets will underproduce and underallocate resources towards the production of merit goods, things which are much better than the consumers realize, things such as education and public transport and health facilities and so on and so forth. And similarly, these free markets and the profit-seeking entrepreneurs working in these free markets, they will always ignore the issues of externalities such as pollution, because they don't have to pay for pollution from their own pocket, and therefore they ignore the cost of pollution for the society. And therefore these free markets will always, overproduce pollution and smoke and all of these things. And then there are some fundamental issues with this free market economic system, and the basic fundamental issue is that, look, this free market system, even when it works perfectly, all it claims is that I am trying to achieve maximum efficiency. This free market system is a system that is trying to tell you that, look, if you follow me, you will end up using your resources and produce the largest economic pie that these limited resources allow you to produce. That is what efficiency is. But this free market system says that, look, I am not concerned with how this economic pie, how all these goods that have been created, how will they be distributed? Will they be distributed equally or not? That's not the concern of the free market system. So free market system, remember, is the ruthless system that totally ignores the issue of equality. It only goes after trying to achieve the maximum efficiency. So if you are left behind in the system as somebody who is poor or a failed entrepreneur, an unfortunate, unlucky poor person, then that's it. You are on your own. Nobody will come to help you in this free market system. So there is this huge trade-off between efficiency and equality that you have to think of when you go for these free market economic systems. And this is exactly why, given these issues of equality and efficiency and given these instances of market failures, that although most of the modern countries, They do agree with these benefits of the free market economy, so they let most of the economic activity to be conducted according to this free market principles. But to address this issue of equality and to correct these market failures, the government will sometimes interfere in these free market economies. So the government would put tax on the profit-seeking entrepreneurs, take their part of profit and then redistribute them amongst the poor to improve equality into the society. So the government is interfering in this free market. Similarly, when zero of public goods are produced, the government will come in and it will maybe self-produce all of these good things, these private goods. Again, the government is interfering in this free market. And similarly, when the government sees that, look, the bad things like drugs and alcohol, these demerit goods are being overproduced, the government will come in, it will maybe put a tax on these products, maybe it will ban the production of these products, it will make rules, laws, regulations, somehow it will regulate and interfere in this free market. Maybe it will, impose fines on people who are creating too much pollution, and so on and so forth. And outside of these specific interventions to correct these specific market failures, you see any economy, whether free market or whatever the economic system, you always need some government to at least provide the rules, laws, and administration of the country within which all the private individuals then can go about, seeking their own self-interest. So the government maybe needs to provide copyright laws and property right laws and ensure that your property rights are maintained. Otherwise, in this free market, you produce something as a greedy producer, somebody comes in, robs you, and if there is no government to look after you and listen to you and catch that robber, then that's it for your free market economy. It won't work. So at least you need the government as an overall referee or an umpire, and then you need the government to address these more specific failures of the free market. And that is why we say that most of the modern economies are to some extent mixed economies, predominantly free market systems, but with some form of government interference. Now, countries like USA and Hong Kong and New Zealand are very free market economy with just very little government interference, whereas countries like Sweden and other Scandinavian countries, they again are free market economies, but with slightly more government interference. But all of these economies, remember, as long as there is at least some government interference, then technically we are talking about mixed economies.